All right, happy Friday night, everybody. Welcome on into the daily broadcast coming to you from the Hat Creek Interior Studios. You don't have to own a ranch to live like it. They've got an amazing showroom in Lubbock, Texas at their store on a 10101 Slide Road. That's South Slide Road, just past 98th Street. Get online, hatcreek.us. See all the cool stuff they have. Go to their Facebook page for Hat Creek Interiors. Tell them thanks for making Raiderland's studio incredibly awesome. You got so many cool things there. It is prediction time for Texas Tech and Houston. Will the Red Raiders romp? Will Houston try to spring an upset? Do they have anything for the Red Raiders? What are your concerns? You tell me. I think Texas Tech is going to do just fine. Style points. Do you care? We asked tonight again because I think it matters greatly for Texas Tech, not for Alabama, not for Georgia, not for Ohio State, but for Texas Tech. I think style points matter. What's the style point number tomorrow night that Tech needs to hang? Not just getting a win. College football ratings are exploding, and we find out every Friday the most Texan thing you have done this week. All right, you jump in tonight. You let us know the audio and the video is good. You give us thumbs up, whether you are on YouTube, whether you are on Facebook, or whether you are on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. You jump in on the United Supermarkets chat line, and you tell us, hey, it's good. We're out here. We're having fun. And then you share it. You share the dog out of it. You invite your friends, people you don't know. Stop them on the street. Tell them you're watching this. If you're at a stoplight right now, roll down the window. Yell at the person next to you. Are you watching Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, the daily broadcast? In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. Brought to you tonight from the Hat Creek Interior Studios by the Reserve, a culinary tavern in Lubbock, 103rd and Quaker. You can start your Saturday and Sunday football viewing with a great brunch. Don't sleep on the tater tots, by the way. Some of the best onion rings in town, and just all the other food is really good too. But then you can come back and watch the game there at the Reserve. Yeah, and you can hear it. Like literally, the TV announcers. It's not like going to a sports bar where you can't hear anything. The acoustics are so good. The food is so good at the Reserve. You're going to be blown away. So if you are making plans for the game tomorrow for the Red Raiders, or even on Sunday for NFL, check them out. Fire and Ice, outdoor living large, living great, from cookers to smokers to grills and everything in between. They've got it at Fire and Ice. I want you to go to their Facebook page, Fire and Ice. It's great. You'll see everything they have. Tell them we said, hey, good people there at Fire and Ice. And of course, everybody gets in on the United Supermarkets chat line, the supermarket, the grocery store that supports Texas Tech in West Texas, puts their name on things in West Texas, as opposed to the one out here that takes your money and sends it down south and puts it on things in Austin. Hi there, you know what we're talking about. So let's get your score predictions tonight. Texas Tech, 12.5 point favorite as we speak, 51.5 on the total. The total is mildly interesting, and I have talked myself into watching the first, few series and looking at that total and maybe going under if Houston is trying to play a pace game, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. And then my score prediction is just a flat. We're going to fly by the total. 100% fly by the total. So you tell us what you're thinking on that. And I do want to hear about style points tonight. When we talk about style points, that means Texas Tech, nobody nationally really still gives them a whole lot of respect. So you can't just win. You can't just eke out wins in the Big 12. You've got to win big. What is big? What's big tomorrow? You tell me. Let's get it going on the United Supermarkets chat line. Get your questions, comments in, anything and everything that's on your mind. I want your score predictions. I'll give you mine here in just a little bit. And I have vacillated back and forth, and that's how you vacillate. You vacillate back and forth. And I want you guys to share this with your friends on YouTube. We want 1,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the game Saturday night. That's ridiculous. Let's do it. Chris on Facebook, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, free, subscribe. My only concern is parking, going to be a madhouse. We got purple and going to be a hike. I don't know what that means. I assume purple is a parking area that is far away from the high school stadium where they play at now. Um, hey, good luck to all the Houston fans, all the Tech fans down in Houston and going in there. The ultimate troll job by Texas Tech and Kirby Hocutt yesterday. 8th home game, another sellout. Beautiful. Love it. There were some people who didn't like it. There were some people who were upset. You can't say that before the game. It'll look bad if you get beat. It'll look bad if you get beat. No matter what you say. If you get beat, nobody's going to remember the troll job by Tech. All right? I kind of like it. Jeff is next up on YouTube. YouTube is a social media platform where we are on. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Don't cost nothing. Sign up, and everybody on YouTube, hit like and share. Tech 52, Cougar High 13, putting them in their place with style. All right, I think that's a little over the top on the 52-13. The putting them in place. I mean, they did go to overtime against Oregon State. Oregon State's not a good football team. And I don't care that they had to go up to Corvallis. And I've been to Corvallis. I spent a week there one day. And that shouldn't have mattered that much. They could not physically dominate either side of the line in that game. Yet you expect me to believe that Houston is going to withstand what Utah couldn't over the course of 4 quarters. In breaking news, the game is played over 4 quarters. The points in the 4th quarter count. It can be close in the 3rd quarter, and you can blow them out in the 4th quarter because you're better conditioned, you have more depth, and your guys are stronger and better. It's okay. That can happen. But Houston has shown me nothing. In fact, they've given up pressures to teams like Rice. Rice has gotten home against Weigman, their quarterback. Right? Joseph, Facebook. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on Facebook. Your score predictions, minus 12.5. I think the number's right, by the way, that if I were a dispassionate bettor, that I could understand people coming in on Houston at 12.5 and going, come on, home dog, conference game, right? What they don't know is there'll be 75% Texas Tech fans in that stadium tomorrow night. That's what they don't know around the country. That's what they don't know. There are subtleties, regional subtleties that they don't understand. That this is as much a home game for Tech, maybe more so, than it is for Houston. Tech 44, Houston 10. Tech drops 1 place in the poll. If they win, they won't drop. They'll be 11 still in the AP and the 14 in the code. They won't drop. When you get towards the top 10, fans need to understand this, and I think you do. You're smart people if you watch the program here. A lot of it has to do with what you do, and then you got to have some people lose ahead of you. Unless you're beating the people ahead of you, Houston ain't ahead of you. That's the way it goes. Chris, going to go 42-10. Romello Height, 2 sacks and 3 pressures. I had him yesterday as my number 2 guy. Sampson at left tackle, protecting the quarterback, Barron, creating run game. A Houston defensive line that they keep telling me it's good. Well, why'd they go to overtime against Oregon State? So jump in on the United Supermarkets chat line. Give me your score predictions tonight. Whatever else is on your mind. Do you care about style points? Are you one of those, it doesn't matter, we just got to win? All that matters, just win. Get the win, move forward. Play one game at a time. Kansas next week. They'll be tough. Arizona State, I don't know how we'll handle them. Oklahoma State, they might be energized. All right, so I've gone all over the place on my score prediction on this game. At the end of the day, looking at all the metrics, looking at everything that Texas Tech does well, that Houston does well, and everything in between. And we do have a rare common opponent. Granted, Tech at home, them on the road. Doesn't matter. Oregon State stinks no matter where they are. So we have a rare common opponent at this point in conference play. Granted, non-conference opponent. I do have recent history. I do have how these teams have performed and looked. Texas Tech is a better football team. Both sides of the line, and it starts there. Texas Tech has better quarterback play. Texas Tech has better skill position, better depth. Texas Tech is better. Texas Tech should win. There's a reason why it's a 12.5-point line, and it got attacked last night by some pretty good sharp money around 7, 8 o'clock last night at a couple of different books. People coming in on Texas Tech. Thank you, Jig Jack. Carl Johnson, my man, on Twitter, at Jig Jack. Pay attention to him, by the way, if you're into sports betting, wagering, or otherwise. We were going to do a Survivor topic tonight, but my man is so busy and covered up. He's got like 85 kids at his house or something right now. So we were going to do Survivor talk tonight, but maybe we do it tomorrow. There's still time. I've got it 42-17. And I've got 30 to 40 years of cognitive dissonance regarding Texas Tech. And I can tell you every reason why you should not get too excited about Texas Tech, why you should never invest too much in Texas Tech, why the old typical Tech discussions matter historically. You know what? This team doesn't care because they're not a part of the historic record. These players are really good. These coaches, they have no memory of the past. We do as Texas Tech observers, you do as Texas Tech fans, and that clouds our perspective. That we think back and go, oh yeah, but this happened and that happened and that in 1994 and then, in 97 and in 0 and what. They don't give a shit. They don't care. They're really good players. And it's time to accept that, at least for me, and I think Texas Tech fans maybe in general, and go, this team should be expected to beat Houston 42-17. In fact, I don't know how they get 17 other than Texas Tech has a turnover. A good friend of mine asked me this morning, he said, give me the recipe. He said, I don't think Houston can win. He said, tell me how Houston wins. I said, all right, here's how they win. First, and it ain't easy to do it. First, Willie Fritz has to come in and be completely 100% given over to running the football. You take Weigman out of it, throwing the ball. You got Dean Connors, the running back. About 81 yards a game, 4.8 per rush, three touchdowns. And you got to say, we're going to give it to the running back. We're going to bleed the play clock down to 0 every time. And we're going to shorten this up to a 7 or 8 possession game. I'm talking Tech gets 7 or 8 possessions. And then, if they can do that, and they got to score too. Remember, they got to do all that and score. Then they've got to have Texas Tech, I think, with 3 turnovers. So if they shorten the game and they can get 3 turnovers out of Texas Tech, which takes 3 possessions off the scoreboard. So now Tech's playing with 5 to 7 possessions in a shortened game. I think they would still have to score off one of those turnovers, whether a pick six or a short field goal or otherwise. Where it's a +3 over a 7 -7, that's a +10. That's the recipe for Houston against this team. I don't think they can do it. I don't think they're good enough. So I've got it 42-17. That is way over the total, which I've told several people this week. I said, if you want to look at this thing, look at the pace from a betting standpoint. Look at the pace in the first quarter, the first 2 drives, both teams, and go, all right, could this thing go under the total? Could Houston make this happen? It's a lot easier to dictate pace, by the way, in basketball than it is in football. You have more possessions. You have shot clock ability and everything else to really do that. Football, it's a lot harder to do because one screw up 1-3 and out, and your plan is scuttled, which is why I don't think Houston can do it, which is why I'm issuing 42-17. It flies over 51.5. Oh, geez. I really, yeah, can't believe I'm doing that. And there we are. JC gets in on our YouTube channel. I want to hear your score predictions tonight. Do style points matter? Do you care about style points? What's the sexy number Texas Tech needs to hang up? I think it's 40. I think anything over 40, unless maybe you win like 35-3, that the defense can put up a sexy number. The defense could throw a shutout. The defense could keep them off the board on a touchdown. You could have a sexy number on the defensive side. So when I say sexy number, I'm really kind of thinking more on what Tech scores, but you can give me that. What's the sexy number that Saturday night people are going, wow, Texas Tech not only won, not only covered, but look at that number. Look what they did to Houston. Undefeated Houston, a rivalry game. JC, you said it. If we can hold our water and move with pace around 50-ish for Tech, if Cougs deflate the ball and can mix in a few first downs, Tech in the mid-30s, Houston mid-teens is the ceiling. Mid-teens on their scoring. Like I said, I'm throwing out 17. That you held Utah to 10 on their home field is still amazing to me. I don't think Tech fans understand how hard it is to keep teams from scoring more than like 17 or 20 points a game. Everything about college football, everything about football is about offense. Mark is on Facebook. 45-17 Tech. No analysis whatsoever. He just states it flatly. Just comes in and says, that's the score. I like it when you guys give me some analysis like JC. Joseph, Tech fans need to quit waiting for the sky to fall. This team is legit. I get it. I understand it. I understand the whole waiting for the sky to fall out of Tech fans. And I hope that this is the year, this is the team that will break that mantra, break that mind virus for Tech fans and go, you live in a different world now. You live in a world where everybody reacts to Cody Campbell. You live in a world now where everybody reacts to what Texas Tech does, where Notre Dame wants to hire your general manager. You live in a different football world now. And those same fans will say, well, yeah, but they hadn't done it yet. They didn't really beat anybody. They're still going to go to Houston and win. And then they'll say, well, yeah, but, Kansas, you could get beat at home in overtime, like Cliff Kingsbury got hurt and B.J. Simmons had to come in 2002 or 01, 2, whatever it was, and you got beat. I get it. I understand it. It's human nature for people to kind of turtle up a little bit, the battered dog syndrome. And a lot of Texas Tech fans suffer from the battered dog syndrome. In the early days of the Williams and Hyatt show on radio, I used a different analogy a couple of times. And my really nice general manager came down one day and he said, Hyatt, you maybe should say battered dog instead of battered what I was saying. I was young. I hadn't been married. I took it to heart. So I say battered dog, the beat down dog. Texas Tech fans have been beat down dogs for a lot of years. I get it. I understand the turtle up. I really do. James, Tech, 45-13. 13 comes late. Talking about 13 for Houston. Jan, one of the great Red Raiders out there. She loves Texas Tech so much. Double T's. She couldn't have Jat, but she had two N's instead of two T's. Tech 49-17. I still hold my breath till the fat lady sings. Why she got to be fat? Just what us old folks have always done. I understand it. I get it. Glenn jumps in. He's on that Facebook thing too. You guys on Facebook are great. 42-13. Houston punts a lot and gets 2 field goals and 1 touchdown. The hand-battered onion rings at the Reserve are incredible. 103rd and Quaker, the Reserve Culinary Tavern. So good. The best I've found in Lubbock since the days of the Brittany, going back to the old days of the Brittany. Tater tots, quality. biscuits and gravy. So you could start your day at the reserve Saturday, do the brunch. You could go home, do stuff, whatever, and come back and watch the game. You really can. Why isn't David Collier, KMAC 28 sports director, on the call right now, getting ready for a friendship football game? What are you doing? You weren't even on the radio today. I know you weren't on the radio today. Got about 10 minutes left. You can still get in on the most Texan thing you did this week. Did anybody get out of their truck on a dirt road and get out and look and see what kind of snake it was that you ran over? Hi there. And then as I got close to it, I was like, hell, I'm not even sure I ran over it at this point. No, we did. It'd been run over. It was a good snake, in case my wife is watching. It was a good snake. Didn't mean to kill it. It was a hog. Yeah. Anybody get out? You ever get out? Look at the snake? By a week. I was on the radio today. You were not on the radio. Okay, maybe you were. Now that I think about it, I don't think I tuned in until after your show is over. I'm currently on TV too. You're not on TV right now. That's not true. Don't lie to the people. Most Texan thing you did this week. College football ratings are up huge. Was reading Front Office Sports and a couple of other things this week. Massive increase. Now, part of it is how they are measuring the ratings, and I'm not going to get into it, but it's including more metrics on streaming, smart TVs, different things. Not going to get into it too hard. You're not on TV right now. I was told, I'm old enough to remember, NIL was going to kill college football attendance. It's up. NIL was going to make all the great teams better, and teams like Tech wouldn't have a chance. I think we've seen that. And that people were just going to check out because nobody's going to watch when these players are getting paid. Good friends of mine. Love them. Good friends of mine saying that. Yet here we are with massive ratings increases, even without the new metric measures on the ratings. Are you watching more college football now? Is there a Tech fan out there today that hates the current college football landscape? Now, I know they hate it in the SEC. That's why Paul Feinbaum's going to run for Senate. That's why I hear, all the stalwarts of that conference and others saying how horrible it is. That tells me it's good. I can't turn it on. I'm on the air myself. We can't both be on the air. That's not legal. David Collier, KMAC 28. Hey, can I call you tomorrow night and get the scores during the game? At halftime, can we go live? Can we do a double live on halftime? And you can do scores? Glenn jumps in on Facebook. Right, it's Raiderland on Facebook, free. All of our platforms free. Subscribe to them all. Share them with your friends. You have friends that need much more Texas Tech coverage than what they get. Houston really excited about the blue uniforms, but why? I like them. I thought it was cool last year, and I love the fact that Bud Adams and the NFL got pissed about it and tried to keep them from doing it. So that's a thing. In Dallas and Houston, SMU did it first. They created a Dallas City uniform when Sonny Dykes was there. That the SMU, uniform, they tried to make something that would make the people of Dallas give a shit about them, and they didn't. They didn't care. So then Houston comes back last year, I believe, for the first time, and does an homage, a throwback to the Houston Oilers. The baby blue, the red, great, wonderful uniforms. And the Tennessee Titans, who own the rights to that, absolutely lose their mind. They sued them. Can't wait to see what happens on this deal. JC, style number is a great concept. Half 100 on offense, no TDs allowed. Well, yeah, please. Hope the many Tech fans with a PTSD don't miss dance because of hand wringing and being guarded. Oh, they'll get there. They'll reach it. They'll get there. And I understand. I get it. I'm 56 years old. I've been watching this and paying attention to this since the mid 70s. I understand. Jeff, he's on Facebook. Or is he? I want to do due to Cougar High. That turned out really awkward early on. I want to do to Cougar High what the Andre Ware teams did to people. Shout out to SMU. Yeah, so John Jenkins and Houston roll up a 90 burger on them. Was it a 90 burger? They were against Forrest Gregg when SMU was coming out of the death penalty and just, brutalized them there at the Astrodome. SMU, by the way, one of two schools that sent me a recruiting letter. Yes, that's right. I got recruited by a team that didn't have a football team. I also got a scholarship offer from a team that didn't offer scholarships. Let's do it for Forrest Gregg. All right. Joey, let's do it for Forrest. Legendary Texan. Let's do it for Forrest Gregg tomorrow. Most Texan ate a big chicken fried steak and fries smothered in cream gravy, sweet tea, and let my wife have one of the yeast rolls with honey butter. Good for you, Joseph. Where was it? Give him a shout out, man. Let them know. Got about another 4 or 5 minutes. I want more score predictions. Do you care about style points? What's the number Texas Tech has to hang on Houston for you to consider it sexy? And the rest of the country goes, this is awesome. Most Texan thing you did this week, that's what he's talking about. Did anybody get out of their truck and look at a dead snake? Surely somebody did. Timbo, 38-9. That is like a rando. What is that? 3 field goals, touchdown, missed extra point field goal. That is a rando. I like rando numbers. I always do rando numbers when people ask me to go on their TV shows and stuff and give me a prediction. I like rando numbers. David Collier, KMAC 28 sports director. 4 or 5 minutes left on countdown faux kickoff right now, too. Countdown faux kickoff. I love me some countdown faux kickoff. Who's on this week? Texas Roadhouse. Big fan. Texas Roadhouse. Here you go. Quick rundown. Great quality meats. Always great quality meats, and they will cook it the way you want it. If you want it rare, they'll cook it rare. Really good sides for the most part. Obviously, the rolls are good. Negative, it's loud, crowded. The tables and everything are a little too close together, but they say it right there in the name. It's a roadhouse. They didn't say Texas Comfort House where it's really quiet and you get good meat. So if you're traveling as a couple or solo, eat at the bar. It's actually more quiet. You get good service. But love me some Texas Roadhouse, really do. And I'm not kidding when I talk about some of the best meats and how they prepare it. It's one of the few places that you can go on a national chain, and if you want a rare steak, that they will cook it rare. JC, not sure. Current line, minus 12.5 if you're talking Tech. Going to figure implied score. Implied score, he said. Mm-hmm. Most important players tomorrow, offensive line, Texas Tech. Name them all. Offensive line is a unit, most important thing, because I think the defense is going to do their thing. So to me, I really want this offensive line. They're not going up against a Utah front that had NFL caliber players. They're not. The Houston defensive front, not bad, but not Utah. All right. Offensive line, Romello Height needs to have a game. They can only account for one. They'll go with Bailey first, and they can't leave the middle, Hunter and everything else, and what Texas Tech is doing base middle. So Romello Height's got to be coming free on that right-hand side of the offense, wreaking havoc. John Curry, cover you a tight end, be a ball hawk, get you an interception tomorrow, John. See what happens. The legendary Brian Mudd. Brian Mudd just picked Tech 37-17 on countdown to kickoff on KMAC 28. I believe that just came to a conclusion. Can we watch that later? If we want to go back and watch it, will it be archived there at everythinglubbock.com? It should. Or at least Sherry should she should archive it somewhere, on the personal page, and let people watch her husband be on TV. And what the hell does Brian Mudd know about football anymore? Hold on a second. You just buried the lead. What the hell does Brian Mudd know about Texas Tech and college football in 2025? I demand a recount. That's ridiculous. Putting Brian Mudd on there. Had so much fun. We're going to do it again tomorrow morning at 10:30. That's what I like about you guys, that you guys will do it live and say that's not good enough. Let's come back and do it again. We'll just do it live and do it one more time. I appreciate that. All right. I've got it 42-17. Those who have paid attention to me over the last 30 years of broadcasting in this market should know by now I don't just issue scores like this behind red tinted sunglasses, which I cannot afford. That I'm as acerbic as Don Williams, as jaded as David Collier, and that if I tell you that I think Texas Tech is going to win a game big, I really do believe it. I have no reason to tell you otherwise. I have no reason to say, oh yeah, this team's going to win big. Doesn't mean nothing. That as we look at the metrics on what Houston has done and not done, and I love the fact we have a common opponent in this game. It tells me so much, and it's recent. It's recent. What they could not do physically against Oregon State. It's recent. What they play better. What if they do? What if a guy walks around the stadium with a hot dog? What do we do then? If I believe Baron Morton is healthy, and I do. 42-17. Not outrageous. We will be with you tomorrow. We'll have our Saturday column with no name. Since it's a late start, we'll give you a Saturday column. You're welcome. I know. Thank you. You were going to say it anyways. And then we were back with you tomorrow after the game. Raiderland Rewind, brought to you by Live Life Well Clinic of Lubbock. Dr. John Skelton, ready to help you live so well, be so healthy before you get unhealthy. But if, hey, man, you got things going on and you're getting a little older, guys, and not feeling so good, and you can't even figure it out. It's like, what's wrong? Live Life Well Clinic. I want you to go to their Facebook page, check it out. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Hey, I killed a gnat. I'm doing pretty good. They bring you Raiderland Rewind. We'll be with you live about 20, 30 minutes after the game ends. Take your questions, comments, thoughts. I think we're going to be talking about some pretty good stuff. We'll see, right? No way to know. Now, what I ask you to do tonight, I want you to go online on Facebook to the Reserve, a culinary tavern. I want the power of five. 5 people go there tonight, right now, and then report back to me either on our Facebook page or on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. But I want you to go there and say, hey, Reserve, thanks. Appreciate you supporting Raiderland. Appreciate you supporting what Ryan Hyatt's doing out there. We'll see you soon. Same thing, Fire and Ice. outdoor living. And be prepared when you get on their page. You're going to be like, oh, I need that. I need that. Tell them thanks for supporting what we do. United Supermarkets and Market Street, taking care of the chat line, and Hat Creek Interiors in the Hat Creek Interior studio. It really is quite nice. Go to their Facebook page. Tell them, man, we love having you guys supporting Ryan Hines Raiderland. If 5 people do that tonight, and replay people, you count too. Doesn't matter what time it is. That's so big for our advertisers and the people that make this show happen. And I say it again, it's not just us, it's every form of media you enjoy today. If they have sponsors you can thank and they can see it and it becomes tangible, it helps those sponsors so much to go, hey, what we're doing, the money we're spending, the check we're writing matters. So do that tonight, whether it's for me on our broadcast or anything else you enjoy, even on KMAC 28 and David Collier and whatever the thing is that they did where Brian Mudd, who used to be a sports guy, popped off on a score. Mudd. See you tomorrow. Saturday Colin with no name. Raiderland Rewind. It's going to be a great Saturday here at the Raiderland.com.